Hello, everyone who's watching on playback. Let's see if I can switch over to public here. There we go. Okay. Hey, everyone. Just thought I'd hop on a brief live stream here. Hope you're all doing okay. Wait for you guys to start popping in. My birthday was yesterday. I meant to do a live stream yesterday very briefly, but decided to take kind of a chill day instead. So I got a little time. It's Monday afternoon. I know it's probably not going to be a lot of people that are able to hop on here, but figured I'd still hop on and say, hey, a couple people coming in here. Let's see what's going on. Oase, how's it going? Hey-o, Suspect. Hey, happy birthday. Thank you. My birthday was yesterday. I was going to hop on here, but decided to have kind of a chill day instead. Happy birthday for yesterday. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. It's Monday afternoon. I figure a bunch of you guys are probably working or depending on the time zone, getting off of work. Or if you're in a different country, just wanted to say, hey, it's been a bit since I've done just kind of a regular casual live stream. Jen is off at an appointment right now, so it's just me. Hope you and the fan are doing great. We're doing really good. Skipped work today due to having a bad week. How we all doing? Well, sorry you're having a bad week. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. The more I sit on that brand new day trailer, the more excited I get. Yeah, so I figured we could also talk about brand new day trailer. I figured it's a good time to do that. We did a little bit of a reaction to it just the other day, or the day the trailer came out. But now that I've been kind of sitting on it, I feel like it would be a good time. If you all want to chat about that, we can talk about whatever you'd like. Any upcoming vids with Matt? Yes. So we filmed 2 episodes of Daredevil, the original series, about 2 weeks ago. I put it on Patreon. We're not doing the whole show, but we were gonna watch just a couple episodes anyway. So I figured I might as well record it and I'd put it on Patreon. So that was a surprise for them over there. But we did not film last week, but we're filming this Thursday, so we're gonna get back on track this week. So that's the plan. But I know for some of y'all, it feels like it's been longer than it has on our end. For us, we only missed a week. Maybe it was 2 weeks, but for us, we haven't missed that much. But I know to you guys, it's been probably almost a month now. I'm a church youth worker in the UK, so 4:33 on a Monday is a decent time for me. Oh, very cool. Thanks, Matt. Can we react to the movie Castaway? We've already seen it. Punisher Season 2 is on Patreon already. Did he enjoy the episodes? Yes, he did. There's a reason we watched them, by the way, but I won't spoil. Spider-Man trailer crushed the stats. Yes, it did. I heard that it broke a ton of records, if not like the highest trailer viewed on YouTube in like YouTube history. The trailer we dropped looked sick, by the way. I appreciate that. We still have a lot of work to do on it. We're still about $4,000 or $5,000 shy of really where we need to be. And I mentioned that, if you don't know, I'm doing a Spider-Man fan film myself. We've been working on it for a while. But I said that if we didn't reach our actual funding goal, I would have to begin cutting down scenes and effects and things like that, which still will probably be the case. But not only have I not done that, I've added 3 scenes to it. We filmed those 3 scenes, so they're done. But I am really looking forward to it. I've got my VFX artist on standby right now. The biggest hurdle right now is just waiting for the suit to be finished. They said they keep pushing it off, and it's really starting to irritate me. But it was supposed to be end of February, then it was first week of March, and now it's first week of April. So my hands are really tied as far as like even the VFX stuff, which takes a ton of time because I don't have the suit yet. So when we get the actual physical suit, we're going to do a 3D scan of the suit so that it matches perfectly. And the scene that you saw in our trailer is based on our concept art for it, so it won't look much different, but it's not an exact one-to-one, so that's what we're waiting for. So I can't even get the guys working on sequences until I get the suit, so that's really irritating. But we've pretty much cast everyone, so we're pretty much good to go there. It's just waiting for that stinking suit. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Oh, Payton, how's it going, man? I feel like I haven't seen your name in a while, but good to see you. Happy birthday. Hope all is well. And Defoe is still watching. Yeah, Defoe, we actually moved him to the main shooting area. I don't know if you've seen, I think in Tangled, a lot of the videos that have been posted recently have been backlog videos, but we moved him, I think, for the Spider-Man crowdfunding live stream we did last, and it has stayed there since. So you will eventually start seeing him in pretty much all the videos. But yes, if you don't know, Peyton's the one who got me that Norman Osborn painting. Also, did I lose weight? I did lose weight. I've lost a lot of weight. I haven't said anything. It's been one of those things. I just between us, because we're all friends here. You're on the live stream, so you're a little bit more invested. I've always been a little self-conscious about my weight, and being on YouTube is not the best place to feel those feelings, because people will always comment on, being fat or whatever. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't go crying about it, but it does suck. I've struggled with weight pretty much my whole adult life. My dad was a big guy. But after Jen, we found out Jen was pregnant with our daughter. I was like, okay, it's time for me to start locking in, because I don't want to be the dad that gets winded at the park. You know what I mean? I'm too young for that. I was getting a lot more active with Hero. I mean, just naturally, I like taking her to the park. We ride bikes, pretty frequently. But I was like, I'm way too high. I'm way too heavy. And so come May of last year, right when we finished our Japan trip, that was kind of my last hurrah. And I just kind of kept it to myself. I didn't say I'm going to start working out. I'm going to eat better. And I was just like, let me just do this. Let me just do this for me. Well, not for me, but really for my kids. But yeah, so I've been working on it. Thank you for noticing. People really don't notice until you're like 20, 30 pounds down. That's usually when, like, you yourself, when it comes to weight loss, you yourself can start noticing it around like 10 pounds. Where you're like, okay, yeah, I do look different. But when other people start noticing, it's like, okay, I guess I really am losing weight. And it's usually around 20 pounds down. We're like, something's different about you. I get it in my face a lot, and I get this spare tire around. I'm missing some super chat. Sorry about that, guys. Happy birthday, Holden. I'm feeling Man Spider for a brand new day. Also, if you haven't thought of it, I think you, Matt, and Jen should do a Lost reaction. A lot of people have been saying Man Spider, and they're definitely going in that kind of direction. I remember seeing in the animated cartoon, the animated series, him turning into the spider. I don't know how far they're going to go, or if that is what they're going to do, but it definitely seems to be that or something similar to that. As far as Lost, yeah, Jen's already seen Lost, and she's been trying to get me to watch it for a long time. So maybe we will. We watched a show on Netflix called The Island, which is like a Lost ripoff. I did a review on my Letterboxd account. I've been trying to do more Letterboxd reviews, by the way. And it was god awful. If it's bad, I feel like on the internet space, I'm usually pretty Switzerland about stuff. I'm like, yeah, well, yes, that wasn't that great, but this was good. This was god awful. This is probably the worst thing I've seen since Cats. It was pretty bad across the board. So, I feel like I'm a good litmus test. Like, everyone on the internet is just like, everything's horrible all the time, always. And I'm really not like that. So, if I say this is crap across the board, no redeeming qualities, it's bad. Someone brought donuts in for my birthday. The office. Happy birthday, Holden. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat. Happy birthday, Holden. I'm curious to know, since you're a big DB and Yu Yu Hakusho fan, if you have dipped your toes into One Piece, Hero, X Here, something, Naruto, and Bleach. Yes, more Bleach than anything. I've been meaning to get into One Piece and Naruto, but the thing, and Bleach as well. Hunter x Hunter, that's what that is. Sorry. Is that there's so much of it, and Jen and I, well, actually, that's a spoiler. We've been working on something in the interim of us not filming a lot of movies during the backlog. I don't want to spoil what it is. It's supposed to be surprised. So anyway, we're going to have some anime soon. I'll just leave it at that. But thank you so much for the super chat and the birthday wishes. I appreciate that a lot. But I would love to get into those animes. It's just time, man. It's just a lot. Congrats on the weight loss regardless. Have you done Coen Brothers films? I also enjoy your Letterboxd reviews. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been trying to... I mean to do a skit of Letterboxd, because I have not been a Letterboxd user. It was only recently that I've been trying to do that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to make these really... I don't know... well thought out reviews, because when we do the reactions in our post review, it's still kind of casual and it's kind of really off the cuff. We just watched the movie, so it's very, very fresh. But with Letterboxd, I let this movie sit for a bit and I really process everything. But there's two types of Letterboxd reviewers I've noticed. Is like the people who are kind of like me, who like really are trying. I don't want to say pretentious about it, but there can be an air of pretentiousness to it, where it's like, remember English class when like the curtains are blue and they're blue to symbolize the depression the character felt, like that kind of thing. I do a little bit of that. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of that. But you're either that way or you're like, this movie is garbage, or that you try to be funny into like a little one-liner funny, not really a review. But there's no like middle ground between the two of them. So I'm definitely leaning towards the like, I'm just trying to put my thoughts about it. I'm not trying to be a certain way, but I just think that that's funny. That was not what I expected on Letterboxd. I was like, oh yeah, fellow movie lovers who are going to put their thoughts and, on how they feel about movies. No. Thank you. Another super chat. I know it's not Halloween season, but do you think you would ever react to the Scream franchise if you haven't already? Downside is that we've already watched all the Scream movies. And as a matter of fact, that's the whole franchise I did recently on Letterboxd because we prepped for Scream 7. So we rewatched them all, but we'd already seen them, Jen included, so we didn't watch them on the channel. For people who think we fake reactions, this is a prime example of one that probably would have done well, at least the first Scream. But, we'd already seen it. We've done we put on there, we put, what do you call it? Movie commentary before. And those do okay, but it's a different type of experience when you're reacting to something versus commentating, specifically commentating on it. And we do a lot of commentary regardless. I understand that, but you know what I mean. Gojo can beat Goku. Doubt. I don't even know who that is, but doubt. Heavy doubt. How does Letterboxd work? Can you do a review for older stuff like Spider-Man 2? Yeah, I did a review for Spider-Man 2. I did all the Spider-Man movies. I'm also trying not to catch up for the sake of catching up. I was like, let me go through all the movies I've ever seen and review them. I've been trying to do it when I go back and rewatch them. So I was like, okay, it's still fresh, So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. As opposed to just my general recollection. See, I'm doing it now. Isn't that pretentious? Happy birthday. Hey, $10 super chat. Thank you. Happy birthday and great job with the weight loss. Looking good. Also, can't wait for the Creed 2 reaction. Should be soon. A lot of people were waiting. I apologize. It will be very soon. I have Devin working on it right now. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Chris, random question, but it's good. If you, Jen, or Matt haven't seen The Prestige, please react. Still waiting for Matt and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Jen and I did The Prestige on the channel. It's a couple years old now, so if you'd like to go back and watch that, you can. Jen needs to watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes too. No, Jen watched it with me in theaters. That's why we never reacted to it. Matt hasn't seen it. If Matt hasn't seen the Scream movies, you could do them with Matt or just watch the ones he hasn't seen yet. Yeah, I would love to. I was debating doing another Michael Myers versus short film. If you don't know, I did 2 Michael Myers versus short film years ago. One of them is 7 or 8 years old. The other one's 4 or 5 years old now. And I'm a much better filmmaker than I am for either of those times. And the first one did fairly well. It's over 2 million views. I made it on my really crappy 2014 Canon camcorder. But it did fairly well. It was also one of the first times I was recruiting people to help with VFX. So it was I'm being a real director as I'm bringing in people who are, who can do these types of things for my project, So that was a kind of a new experience in that first one. Then the second one, a little bit more so, but it wasn't as good. That was on me. I wrote it and I wasn't as good. But I would love to do something else. And I thought the idea of people love mashups. So it was Scream versus Michael Myers. How would that work out well, because Michael Myers doesn't talk and Ghostface talks too much, So maybe I was maybe Ghostface can be a fan of Michael Myers, and that's why he would be the biggest trophy for him to kill and have some sort of that's where the conflict would come in on. So anyway. But thank you for that super chat. $20 super chat. Thank you, man. That's really generous. Are you excited for the Super remaster and the Moro anime adaptation? I can't wait. Well, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate that a lot. It's a great birthday present. Yes, I am. I'm not, I'll be honest with you, I don't really care about the remake of the early Super stuff. I think that that's a waste of time, waste of resources. It's not even the best of the arcs. If they're going to remake, I'd much rather remake original Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z and current animation style, but beggars can't be choosers. Moro, I am very excited because I think the Moro and the Granola arc, because I read the mangas, I think that they're the best of Super. I think that they're Super. I feel we didn't get a whole lot of unique original storytelling. A ton. That's why I thought the Goku Black stuff was probably the best of the run that we've had. Bringing Frieza back, cool. Power scaling's all screwed up now. Whatever. And then it's a lot of tournament stuff, which is still fun to see. But as far as the story elements of like how do you when you have the Dragon Ball problem where all the characters continuously get more and more powerful, you have to introduce more and more powerful characters. That it's also a convenient factor that these more and more powerful characters never intervened early on where they would have just absolutely decimated everyone who came before them. But so I like to see how they handle that kind of stuff. And I think Moro is basically kind of like a Majin Buu-ish stand-in. He's like this ancient being from forever ago, absorbs power from others, and that's how he's so powerful over time. But you get to see cool stuff like Vegeta using instant transmission, obviously the new transformations, and then Granola I thought was an interesting character, basically like a Trunks-ish character for Super, this sort of mysterious character who's introduced. But yeah, so I think that I would love to see them animated. I can't wait for them. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate that. Hopefully I answered your questions. How's the fan film project going? Any teases for today? It is going. I mentioned earlier in the live stream, we're still waiting on the freaking suit, which is causing a roadblock for everything. The guy said it should be the first week of April, but he said previously it would be earlier in March. So I'm getting a little frustrated and quite frankly a little impatient because if we're all, it's not just you guys that are waiting for it to be done and to see more. It's holding up me being able to produce it. And it's not like my Star Wars fan film where I funded that. I have people who paid a lot of money to get this made. So, and I take that very seriously. So for me to just be like, well, we're just waiting. We're waiting. So I actually added a couple of scenes specifically to shoot in this interim. We filmed them all already. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good, but that's the big holdup. And it's, basically, if I don't get it in April, period, I'm moving on from the guy. I'll have to kind of scrounge around a little bit, but I'm getting the thing made. You know what I mean? I'm going to make it no matter what. It's just you either help me or we're either getting it done now or or not. So anyway, I'm very excited. I have my whole team. I have like a whole team of VFX artists now, like chomping at the bit, ready to go. Money set aside for them, and just waiting. I think another super chat here. Thank you. I think if you do want to start anime reactions, Demon Slayer and JJK are the big trend ones to start with. There's also Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z would be a good one. Did y'all ever watch the live action Yu Yu Hakusho on Netflix? I was wondering if that was any good. Wednesday is my birthday, 35. Happy early birthday. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I'm seeing them as I'm going down. I appreciate that a lot. Another super chat here. Hope I don't want to miss it. Okay, last one for now. Since you're more of a fan than me, is the trailer clip of Spider-Man in the tank a reference to the Fantastic Four cover? I would think. Let me look. Because I'm actually not. Like the first Four tank. I came up with tank tops. This is looking. My gut reaction is to say no. I don't recall like an iconic tank thing, but that would be my initial reaction would be probably not. But I don't know. Someone might know better than I would. Payton again. Thank you, man. Letterboxd used to be a niche site for film lovers. Now it's more of a mainstream with review bombing like Audience, Rotten Tomatoes. Can you do Coen Brothers? Yeah. Let me see what other Coen we got. No Country for Old Men is one I've been meaning to watch. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? It's classic. I'm trying to see what all the ones I haven't seen. Lebowski we have filmed and for backlog, and I had never seen it before, and that's going to be a funny one when it gets reviewed because that was one of those movies that I knew was a cult classic, and the more the more the movie went on, the funnier I found it to be. I never know with cult classics that I haven't seen because there's such like an inherent love that people have for them, even if the movie itself may not be all that great, So any type of critique people take really like a lot of offense to. But man, I thought the more it went on, the funnier it got. So that's one that's coming up soon. I've not seen Iron Lung. I want to see it because I love seeing YouTubers making real movies, man. It's really inspiring to me. No problem, man. They're remaking all of Super, then going tomorrow. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll see. I honestly don't like a whole lot of the new animation style anyways. Everyone looks like way too glossy, and Dragon Ball Z had some animation problems too. People always show like the best in Z and the worst of Super when they show them together, but really the Just the general animation style of like the shininess of Super, I don't really care for. Anyway, happy birthday, Holden. Can I ask how old you turned? I'm turning 35 on Wednesday. Well, thank you for that super chat. I turned 33, the same year as our Lord. Yeah, 33. Still waiting for the Illuminati to reach out. I don't know what else I got to do. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for my email or whatever y'all do. Holden, would you sell out to the Freemasons? Yeah, I'm waiting. I want to know what's going on. You know what I mean? 33 is like a special number if you didn't know. That's why I'm joking about that. That's like I don't know. It's a special number. We are almost fully casted now. Cast now. Yes, we are. That is Mac here. He did a suit design. I was talking about it a little bit earlier. I've not seen Project Hail Mary, but I want to see Hail Mary, and I want to watch. There's some movie called Undertones. Overtones. It's like some scary movie in theaters. That one, and there's some other one that was out. Let me look. Project Hail. Oh, and Ready or Not 2. Jen and I just watched the first one yesterday. I'd never seen it before. Did a review on Letterboxd, but I really enjoyed it. So Undertone, but I'd really like to see the sequel. So Project Hail Mary and Ready or Not 2 are two I really want to see. I have not seen Blue Eye Samurai. Yeah, and we're all doing good. Invincible. Yeah, I heard Invincible season 4 is coming out soon. We still haven't filmed 3. All of Invincible season 1 and 2 are on Patreon. They've been there for a while now. But anyway. You lost me when you joined the Illuminati? You lost all... I'm just joking around. I'm just kidding around. Jesus denied the kingdom of earth. I'm just kidding. Because he had to bow to Satan, you'd bow for more power? No, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Relax, everyone. I'm just joking. Can you get on Cameo? I paid for it. I think I am. Nobody. This goes to show. I'm pretty sure I signed up for it, and I don't think anyone has ever requested me. I'm not a. Let me see. I know I had an account on there. I might have had one or two at the time, but. Holden, what's my name? Yep. Oh yeah, I'm on there, and Jennifer's on here too. How expensive am I? Oh, what a ripoff. Jeez, I look fat in these. I guess I made my intro video, and one other one. Man, I'm large. I'm sorry, I'll have to look at that for so long. Gee, yeah. So yeah, I'm on Cameo. Undertone is amazing in my opinion, especially because of religious, spiritual themes. Yeah. Oh, guys, I have so many like pop culture Christian videos that have just been sitting in the think tank that I've been meaning to do. They take some time, they take time to make, but and they don't, they're not like money makers. They're not profitable things. They're really just more YouTube-ish, for fun. So it's just time. Whenever I have the time, I try to make them. Happy birthday, Holden. Thank you for bringing smiles to us and making us laugh, and many more blessings. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. A couple of super chats. Thank you. I can't wait to find the bygone Jim moment for brand new day. I hope it comes from Ned. Yeah, well, I'm sure. I have high expectations. It's a different director, too. It's not John Watts. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. And it looks great. I loved where he is in The End of No Way Home. I feel like he's really Spider-Man now, finally. I remember seeing that I remember when Homecoming came out, and I critiqued it as like, he's not really Spider-Man. It's not. And when people were like, Homecoming is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. It's the best Spider-Man adaptation. I'm like, no, it's not. It's really not. It's a good movie. It's fun. I love Tom. Like, I really like him. He's great. But it's not like I kind of take High Top's approach to it, where it's like, it's a good movie. It's not a good Spider-Man movie. And then Far From Home. And I was like, we're getting there. We're still not really there yet, but we're getting there. And then like now at the end of No Way Home and then in Brand New Day, I'm like, now he's Spider-Man. This is what I was talking about. But I remember I got so much flack, especially when Homecoming came out. People are like, you're just nostalgic for the... No, it's really not that. It's just he's not Spider-Man yet. He's Iron Boy Jr. still, and he's just not there. He hasn't learned his lesson. Great power comes great responsibility. He hasn't gotten there yet. And basically, I figured this is what they were going to do. It was going to turn into this, like, the trilogy is basically him becoming Spider-Man, really. And I kind of figured that. So when I wasn't giving it to him at the end of the first movie, people really didn't like that because they like Tom Holland and he's great. He was great in Civil War, and they really hit the ground running with him. But he's really grown on me a lot, especially now. Have you noticed ever since the pandemic, anime has grown exponentially in popularity and has more hype than superhero movies? It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm not super like in the sphere of anime lovers. That would be a hard sell for me though to say that they're more popular than superhero lovers, because anime, even though it's becoming less niche, maybe a little bit more mainstream now, I don't think it's anywhere close to the mainstreamness of superhero movies, where even like casual people are watching superhero movies. I don't think you really get that with anime. No disrespect, no shade on anime, but I don't know if I'd say that. This one says, I'm pretty sure manga sells more than comics do now. That may be true. Well, maybe I'll eat my words. I'm not saying I know for 100% sure. I could see that being the case. But I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. Did you watch Project Hail Mary? No, but I will be soon. And Jen and I want to watch it this week. Happy birthday, Holden. Have you considered watching Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3? I'm really interested in your views as a Christian. I've had a lot of people ask me about that movie. I've seen the first two. I watched the first two of them. I really liked them. They kind of had that Agatha Christie thing going on. And I've had a lot of people, because of the Pop Culture Christian channel, message or send me scenes from it where I guess the priest is talking about stuff. I try not to spoil myself too much because I actually do want to watch the movie. But yeah, I am aware of there's stuff like that. Keep up the good work on Pop Culture Christian. It's a niche channel that could blow up if the algorithm serves it right. Maybe. I have a couple more. I have one on Spider-Man 2 I want to do. That's probably going to be the next one. One on The Matrix. I think I did. I have a whole list. I do stay on top of it. It's just, as I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of, it just takes a lot of time. They're like long. I really try to like think out what I'm trying to say. I have one on Moana. I want to do Spider-Man 3, one on Anakin, one on Qui-Gon. Yeah, so there's like 4 or 5 just right there that are just like sitting in the pipeline. It's just a matter of time for me to make it. Am I going to watch the World Cup? Probably not. Excited for Daredevil Born Again to return? Yes. New season looks pretty solid and early reactions are good so far. I am. I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and I think it's great. Am I excited for Lanterns? I didn't see the trailer for it, but I've seen stills from it. I want it to be good. So I really like the Green Lantern. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not like strong one way or the other. Like, you need to do this or else it's not the Green Lantern. I'm not really like that. But I just don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of like routes that DC is going, and just modern movies in general, that I don't know if they're like, feel like I'm getting old. I don't know if they're really for me anymore. Like the way that characters act. Like, I remember I got a lot of flack because I didn't really care for Supergirl at the end of Superman kind of being this drunk and calling him, the B word and stuff. I know it's you too, but, and, peeing, like the dog peeing in the trailer on like the image of Superman. I think it's trying to be like edgy and trying to be a certain thing. And that really resonates well with a lot of people. I'm not taking that away. If you like what you like, totally get that. Totally respect that. Just for me, I don't know if like, that's my kind of thing. Anyway, going into Lanterns, I feel like there might be a little bit of that. This sort of like edginess that they're trying to like bring people in, but I just don't know how much I care about that kind of thing. I hope I'm making sense. $20 super chat. Thank you, Scope Ghost. Happy birthday, Holden. My 21st birthday is tomorrow. So I can't wait to watch Daredevil Born Again, season 2 on my birthday. Does it come out tomorrow? Jen and I might need to watch it then. Well, thank you so much, and happy early birthday, man. Drink responsibly, okay? Thank you. Unless you're not in the States and you can already drink. But thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Are we planning on watching Jurassic World Rebirth? I've been meaning to see it. At this point, I was actually just going to watch it on my own. We have not had any requests for it, and I know that it didn't do all that well. So I think Jurassic Park is one of those franchises that for whatever reason has just fallen off. People just don't care anymore. I think probably because of the most recent trilogy. Check out Detroit Rock City. The plot gets driven by an over-religious mom. Yeah, usually that's how religious Christians in particular, anyways, are portrayed as overly religious. I know, like Sheldon's mom is like another example of that, where they're caricatures of what people think religious people are. And whenever I say anything, people always say I'm being too sensitive about it. I'm not. I'm pointing out that it's a trope. Is all I'm saying. Rebirth isn't good. Don't bother. Live action Moana trailer now. I think I've actually seen it already. So I don't think Jen has. So just so you know, our son, Hero, he doesn't watch, like, we don't let him watch screens. We don't really let him watch a whole lot of TV. But every once in a while, like, if we're together, we'll watch some stuff together. And he's really big on watching Moana. I don't know. I don't remember when we showed him, like, a scene from Moana. But Moana is, like, the one thing that he's been kind of, like, allowed to see. And so we're thinking that when he'll be 3 this June. So we're like, maybe the live-action Moana would be like his first movie. Maybe that'll be the first thing we ever take him to see because he really likes Moana. Wonder Man, really want to see it. Haven't seen it yet. I have not seen the trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu. I have not seen one battle after another. I'm getting behind on stuff. It's always like the constant battle between, like, do I watch this on my own or do I wait to potentially... do I wait to potentially react to it, and I may never. That trope was my reality, Holden. Yeah, I mean, okay. It's not mine. It's not my experience. Hopefully I would be different. Do I fit that trope? I don't know. Maybe. Also, usually the thing is, too, is extremists of any type are the most vocal. Extremists politically, far left, far right, are become a representation of the ideology itself. And so when you have like a lot of very vocal, negative, extremist, religious people in your mind, even if you interact with them directly, become the thing. There's a Jedi saying that an experience with one bad Jedi, you have to have a really great experience with 2 additional Jedi to balance it out. So if you have had all these bad experiences, it takes however many other people that represent that faith to balance it out. So it shows like the next, like even like the Jedi would have these issues too, that philosophy. So like one bad interaction with a Muslim or an atheist. I've had plenty of bad experiences with atheists, especially online, who are extremely rude, extremely condescending, holier than thou, my gosh. But I would be remiss to think that all atheists are like that, or to treat all atheists as though they're these pretentious, stuck-up, smarter than the average person, because of my experience with atheists online. So you just got to be careful about that, and just let people show you who they are as individuals, as opposed to what they're claiming to represent. Does that answer you? Whatever you were saying. Another super chat. Hey, Holden, I have never heard your opinion on Game of Thrones. And do you plan on watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms on the channel? Isn't A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms that Vikings, like a Vikings movie? As far as Game of Thrones, Jen and I have both watched a couple of seasons of it independently of each other, like prior to us getting together. So I got to like season 4. I know I got past the Red Wedding stuff, but I don't think I even got halfway through the whole show. But I got to like 3 or 4 seasons of 8 seasons. I don't think I finished season 4. So we've always just had the problem of like, do we start over, and like, because we've seen seasons worth of this stuff. But from what I saw, I really enjoyed. There's a lot to like about it. So I get why it was such a phenomenon. Does everyone know that we have a separate Insta and YouTube channel to get updates on your Spider-Man projects? The Spidey Chronicles sub for updates. Yeah. So Tyler, who is Spider-Man, he's also doing a lot of production stuff, producing the short film with us. He made like a separate Spider-Man YouTube channel specifically for updates in general called the Spidey Chronicles. If you would like to check that out, we'll be doing posts and updates of that periodically. Don't worry, Holden. Nobody has good online experience with atheists. Yeah, I mean, but you don't see that troped in movies, though. But yeah, very true. That's my exact experience with Game of Thrones. Let's see, what time is it? 12:05 my time. When are you guys returning to Invincible? We were talking about it a little earlier on the live stream. hopefully soon-ish. Shows are very difficult. Shows are tough, and we've kind of stepped away from shows in general, and we make exceptions for things like Daredevil Born Again, like as they're coming out. But there's such tedious, like from the producing side of the reactions, they're extremely tedious, and it's very difficult to tell what will actually do well. There have been times where we thought like a show will do well and it won't. I was not sure about Punisher doing well. It actually did well enough. So I don't know about Invincible. And Invincible was one of those things that we also decided to put on Patreon, specifically because I wasn't sure how it would do well. So if people wanted to see it, they could still see it over there. Have you ever studied theology from Sean McDowell, you mean? I'm actually acquainted with him. I know him. So I wouldn't say I haven't never formally studied theology from him, but he's a Christian apologist that I've gotten into conversations with directly. So yeah, I guess I tried to get him to see if he would help me on the Spider-Man fan film, actually, because he's a big Spider-Man fan, if you didn't know. So yeah. Are you planning on checking out X-Men 97? Thank you for the super chat. I thought it was the best version of the X-Men and rivals some of the best Marvel movies in the scope and tone. I really wanted to react to it. I even did a reaction to the trailer on the channel. And that's one that I was like, maybe I'll just watch this on my own time, and then we can kind of talk about it after the fact, because I don't know if I'll ever have the time to do the whole season. I mean, we're talking seasons upon seasons of seasons. You want me to do Game of Thrones and Invincible and X-Men. It's just a lot of seasons of stuff versus a 2-hour movie that we can shoot. I've said before, it takes about 3 times as long as the media itself to edit it. So a 2-hour movie takes 6 hours to edit, roughly. There are some exceptions to this where it can take longer, and some exceptions where it can take shorter, but that's usually my general rule of thumb. So if I have even like 12 episodes, Punisher is 13 episodes, so 13 episodes, all about an hour long. So you're talking 39 hours of editing to do all of that. So that's just a lot for not knowing if people will actually stick around and watch it. So it's hard to say. I'm personally an agnostic theist, but I grew up with a very religious grandma, extremist Catholic, and now religion makes me very uncomfortable. I literally feel bad walking next to a church. Well, if you're feeling bad walking next to a church, then somebody did something wrong. And I'm not opposed to the critique of religion. I've critiqued religion and Christian religion many, many times, which is why I always steer back to even Jesus critiqued. I mean, his whole thing was critiquing religious leaders at the time. So Christians don't follow Christians. We don't follow. You don't have to have perfect theology. You follow Christ. Do you think is Jesus who he says he was? That question is the one that will separate. No, he wasn't. Well, okay. Or yes, he is who he says he was. That's a life-changing answer. And so, yeah, I get all the dogma and the religiosity and the people trying to make you feel bad or feel guilty. I will say from the other side, though, when you have somebody who maybe was living not the best life and then they decide to become a Christian, one thing I've noticed from the other side, the atheist agnostic side, is that they're very, very quick to remind you of all the mistakes and all the evil things that you've done in the past. It's not Christians that typically do that. It's usually, oh, look, this so-and-so is a Christian now. I guess that just takes away what he did over here. And we don't, as a culture, Christianity, religious aside, we do not value forgiveness very much. And we do not value for loving our enemies very, very much. Politically, I never see it really in movies a whole lot, or it's in vague generalizations. Like, we can forgive these kind of smaller things, like you were kind of mean to me, so I'll forgive that. But there are like heavy limits to forgiveness. And so I think our culture is really going far away from those Christian principles in a way that I don't think is actually good, whether you believe in Jesus or not. Anyway, so yeah, so I see it from both sides. I totally get it, but if somebody made you feel guilty for walking by a church, then somebody failed you, and it wasn't Jesus. Anyway, I'm not trying to make this a whole religious live stream. I'm an atheist. I have no opinion on religion or religious people. We all believe what we believe, and we are all humans. I treat everyone the same regardless. It's not that hard to be a decent human. I agree. I agree with that. I do think that there is value in pursuing what is objectively true, though, and most atheists will agree with me on that. So, yes, people can believe what they can believe in, but I think that there's value in knowing what is objectively true. Does God exist or not? One of those is true. And I think we'd be remiss to just say, well, you can believe it and believe this or believe that, and it makes no difference. I disagree. I think that I think there's value in knowing that 2 + 2 = 4. It doesn't equal 5. It doesn't equal 3. That is objective truth. And I think that, again, culturally, we're getting less comfortable with talking about truth as though it's an objective thing, and more that you have your truth, I have my truth, and all truths are the same. Which, by the way, is an exclusive claim. To say that all truths are the same is a claim of exclusivity. So if you're saying that they're not all true, then you're wrong. So, but it sounds tolerant to say that. But I get, at the same time, I agree with you that we need to treat each other with respect, despite what we believe. But I think that it is important for us, just as thinking people, to pursue what is objectively reality. So does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So you can treat each other with respect as we're all in the pursuit of what is objectively true. Yeah. Last religious kind of question. Do you still post on Pop Culture Christian? Yes, I do, but just periodically. I mentioned it earlier, just kind of when I get around to it. Please get Jen to react to The Hobbit. Been waiting for years. Me too, man. I actually just put on the extended edition of Fellowship of the Ring. And so we were watching it. I was watching it and she was tuning in, and she just hates the Lord of the Rings. But it got me back in the mode, in the mindset. And so I was like, Jen, we got to do The Hobbit. I mean, just for me, we got to do The Hobbit. Not as good as Lord of the Rings, but did you watch Sinners? Yeah, we did a reaction to it. It's on the channel. You should check it out. Holden, what are your thoughts on Catholicism in particular? Love those guys. Love them. I disagree with them on theological secondary and tertiary issues. This is a fun story, and it relates to the Spider-Man fan film. So in our Spider-Man fan film, there's a brief singular scene that takes place in a Catholic church. And I reached out to 2 different Catholic churches in the area. I had actually filmed at one back in 2011. I filmed a whole short film there. And so I reached out to them, and the priest basically told me to screw off. He said, I'm not interested. I finally got him on the phone because I've been emailing him for weeks. This is what, by the way, behind the scenes of what goes into making this stuff that no one sees. But I've been emailing him for weeks, trying to follow up and explaining the project and why I wanted to be there and what we could do. And, he finally got him on the phone. He said, I'm just not interested. I said, is there anything I can do to change your mind? No. I said, okay. So I messaged another church, St. Anne's Catholic Church in Pensacola. I was actually familiar with it, and they were seemingly on board, but because of the nature of it, they had to contact the diocese, who's in Tallahassee in Florida. And the diocese, I told them, I was like, I'll send you the script. If there's anything in particular that you're not comfortable with or you don't like, let me know. I'm open to changing things to get our collaboration. And they turned me down. The Diocese of Florida said I cannot film this scene in the Catholic Church. So that was a fun little moment recently in mind of come on, guy. And the reasoning was basically not that my story was conflicting with Catholic theology or an issue, but because Sabrina Carpenter, this is true story. Sabrina Carpenter, I guess, had filmed a music video recently at a Catholic church in New York or something, and it was Sabrina Carpenter, so it's obviously very lewd and sexual and taking place in a holy site. And so the diocese was basically we're not playing around anymore with this, so no. And so Sabrina Carpenter ruined my ability to film a scene at the stinking church. So now I have to go ask the Anglicans or the Methodists. So thanks, Sabrina. I'm not cutting that scene, though. It's going to be in there. So help me. If I got to green screen it, we're doing it. Thank you for all of the memberships that you just got. Zero is. I appreciate that. 20 memberships for a bunch of our guys. Well, thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Member for 14 months. So I appreciate that. Over a year. Incredible. Thank you very much. Hello, Holden. Happy birthday. Been a fan for a few years, and I hope you and the family are having the best time of your life. Also got to ask, do you like vanilla or chocolate? If not, what type of cake? I like chocolate cake with cream cheese icing. You know, not cream cheese. That's not right. Frosted. I don't like. What is it? I don't like that foamy icing. Just icing. Is it cream cheese? It might be. I don't know. But chocolate cake, I like a lot. Have you guys seen Godzilla -1? Yeah, we reacted to it. I think even Matt and I reacted to it. Happy birthday, Holden. Happy birthday. Thank you. Are you and Jen going to react to the upcoming X-Files reboot? And will we ever get Jen's favorite episodes? Yeah, Jen's been wanting to do more, or wanted to start doing like music video reactions because she's a music person. I'm not really. Or at least not as much as she is. And so that's like a fun idea we had in mind. She wanted to go over some like TV shows that she really enjoyed from not only X-Files, but Buffy. And she's a huge X-Files fan. So I think that she would probably have a lot to say about the reboot, probably more than I would. Feel like I need a new badge. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Matt Cook here. Hari, remember? If I ever meet Sabrina Carpenter, you'll have to tell her that story. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, well, I don't even know how much in common I would even have with Sabrina Carpenter. You don't like fondant. Yeah, I don't really like that stuff. Happy birthday, Goat, Sam Razy says. I'm not a schizophrenic. Creed 2 will be out soon. I have Devin working on it right now, actually. Love X-Files. Well, guys, thank you all so much for all the birthday wishes. Do you have any other questions about the short film or Spider-Man Brand New Day? I know we talked about it a little bit. I got some other... if you don't know, I've done a couple documentaries in the past. I'm also trying to potentially get a grant for a documentary. It's weird because now, like, I'm so used to self-funding everything and basically like using my own money to make everything I ever make, and so Spider-Man, the fan film, is the first time I've tried like crowdfunding and having people entrust me with funds to make stuff. And then like with this possible grant of being able, it's like a $10,000 grant. Granted, it's not, Hollywood, not millions of dollars to make something, but like it's the first time I feel like I'm growing in I don't know the way to phrase it, but just like I'm becoming more real, like a real creator of types. Like whenever you have people who are giving you money to produce your movie or your whatever, it just feels different, because like when I did Star Wars and it's just my own thing and it's my own money and the success or the failure rides completely on me. Now I have people who are entrusting me and are saying, Holden, I'm like, I still take that very seriously. Holden, I've earned this money and you asked for it, especially in the case of Spider-Man, you asked for it. I'm going to give it to you. And we want something in return, something that we're going to enjoy. And so the pressure is different. It's like, it's a motivating pressure because it's like, I have no excuse. I have to get out of bed and make this. So it's different. It's different. And I couldn't imagine, at least right now, at the scale of like hundreds of millions of dollars and like all these people working for you, I can in some sense because I do it on a much, much smaller scale. I have people that ask me questions on how I want things to look and how I want things to be. But it's just one of those things, man, like a $10,000 grant to make a documentary about something that I am pitching, wow. I could do a lot of really cool stuff with that. I made a documentary about the UFO case in Pensacola, and I made a couple like little smaller things. But I would love, like, it's so cool. I just want to keep growing in that way. And hopefully you guys will like what I continue to make. $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Holden. Was Jesus who he claimed to be is the exact question I posed to others. I came to faith through objective historical evidence first. Can't wait for the Spidey films. Love all the work you're doing, man. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, for me, I have the mind of a skeptic. And people think, the first glance, oh, Christian, you just believe what you believe. I have a very dislike of blind faith believers of any kind. I believe just because I've been raised to believe. I believe because the Bible tells me so. Don't like that, don't relate to it, and I think it's intellectually dishonest in a lot of ways. But kind of like what you're saying, the historical evidence for Christ specifically, I mean, it is so overwhelming. So when I hear somebody say there's no evidence for God or no evidence for Jesus, to me, it's decrying your own ignorance of the source material. It is laughable to say that. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you in that regard. And just the philosophical implications of atheism, that a lot of atheists I've talked to never process what it means. I mean, when an atheist says, well, just be a good person, that alone tells me you haven't processed what is a good person. And then when you start to break down morality, and morality is just our opinions, it's just our differing opinions from the atheist perspective. If there is no objective moral standard of goodness, then morality is just what I feel in the moment, or and especially culturally, it changes every 20 years. What was once acceptable is no longer acceptable, and it's just, slavery used to be wrong; it's not wrong anymore. So an atheist who says slavery is absolutely evil in every circumstance, but also morality is relative and subjective, it's holding a conflicting worldview. I'm sorry, you just are. And so I've been surprised at how much I've run into that, where they haven't processed what they're claiming to be reality, or what it means if there is no God. If we really are truly just evolved to a higher order cosmic, accidents, and that didn't exist before, we exist for a brief period of time, and then we'll stop existing soon after. Nothing really changes, nothing really matters, and there's not much of a difference between us and a cockroach. The only reason we feel empathy towards one another is because we've just evolved to feel that way. It's not an actual objective value. You get rid of all human beings on the planet, doesn't really matter, doesn't really change anything, So anyway, I'm going on a whole thing. All that to say, thank you for the super chat. I agree with you. Once you begin to actually dissect into the philosophies and worldviews, I think Christianity is the most reasonable of the world of positions to take, in my opinion. Would you react to the TED TV show at some point? Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Again, we talked about all the seasons of TV shows and how difficult that is. But yes, I'm not opposed to it at all. How are you getting clients who want a movie directed by you? Is it an app or a website? You tell me. I'm not getting that. I would love that. But no, I mean, like I did a crowdfunding site, and I had people that would like contribute to that crowdfunding. And as far as the grant, that's something that I am pursuing. There are grants. I remember I was just looking into it. I was like, you know what? How are all these documentaries made? I mean, surely somebody is paying for this. And sure enough, there are like federal grants for video production. You have to fall under criteria. You can't just be like, hey, I want $10,000 so I can make my Spider-Man movie. It doesn't work like that. But one of the documentaries that I was interested in doing was a historical documentary about this case that happened in 1962. So I could argue it from a historical perspective to preserve the story or preserve the events. And then I'm bringing in like actual PhDs to discuss the evidence. So it's like it would be on the level. So that's a separate thing. But I still have to put in an application, and it has to either be approved or denied or whatever. But like I'm trying to do those types of things, and I'm flexible. If I gotta omit something or take something out because it doesn't fit the criteria in order to get the funding to make something, I'll probably do that, so long as it's not like immoral or something, you know what I mean? Okay. Happy birthday, twin. Thank you so much. When is my fan film coming out? We've been talking about it on the live stream already. We have a big holdup right now. It's waiting on the suit. I wanted to have it come out like summertime. I don't know if that will be the case. We've already filmed quite a few scenes already, basically just of what we could film. But once we get the suit, it's basically going to be a 4-day nonstop shoot to get everything done we need to get done. It's like it'll take 4 days basically to film the rest of the bulk of the stuff. And then once that is filmed, I basically lock myself in a room for days until I have a rough cut of basically the whole thing. And then from there, I begin to chop it and get VFX guys to work on stuff and butcher the heck out of it. And then once the VFX stuff and everything's together, we begin adding score, and then that's all she wrote. Got to get back to my college classes. I'll watch the rest of the stream on playback later. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here. Devin in the chat. Happy birthday, you beautiful bastard. Well, thank you so much, Devin. Appreciate it. Devin, they've been asking about Creed 2, just so you know. And I said, Devin's working on I didn't say you. I just said I said we're working on it. It'll be soon. But yeah, Devin's working on it. So it should be soon. Your short films are better than most other creators I've seen. Most believable, least corny, in my opinion. I have no doubt the Spider-Man short film will go hard. Thank you. We'll see. I don't know. Devin is actually helping me on that as well. But I appreciate that a lot. I'm hoping so. If nothing else, like even if the effects fall short because Spider-Man is so VFX intensive that you still just like the story, you like the journey, because I could live with that. If people don't like the effects or it doesn't look as good, it's wicked hard to animate animate a body, like animate a body moving with weight. And so I've reviewed, God, I don't know how many Spider-Man VFX like test shots and things. And even if things are like technically correct, it's really hard to just mimic like the weight of the animation of a human being, especially Spider-Man and what he's doing. So that's the hardest thing versus like Star Wars, and Devin could probably attest to it better, versus like ships and like flying through space and doing things. Like a person being believable is much harder, I feel like. I'm a Christian. I respect your faith on Jesus and Christianity. Also, Holden, I love to see your take and comments on faith. And it makes me proud to be a fan of you as a YouTuber. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try not to be pushy about it, but it is a part of who I am. I mean, it is a part of my character makeup. There's also like the downside of that is that I'm looked at probably with a little bit more through the microscope than maybe someone else. People are very quick to jump on me if I maybe say a joke I shouldn't have said, or maybe I allude to something I shouldn't have alluded to, or but at the same time, if you're harping on those things, you don't really understand the point of it. It's not about being perfect. The point is that I can't be perfect. Should do better every day, yes, but I can't, and I want to, and I strive to, not because I'm afraid of hellfire, but because I respect Christ so much. And I care more about his opinion of me than any commenter on YouTube. So, people are very quick to shove your own sin in your face. And the closer you get to God, the more they do it. Yeah. But at the same time, there is a level of accountability. I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have joked that way. Thank you all for the birthday wishes, everyone. I appreciate that a lot. Ships are definitely easier. This is Devin here. Maybe we should have done Spider-Man in a wheelchair instead. No, we'd be acclaimed for being ableist. Oh, speaking of ableist, Jeremy and I just did a reaction to the movie Tiptoes. It's that I saw a video, it went really viral recently, of Brad Williams, who's a dwarf, talking about that movie. And it went totally under my radar. It's about little people, and it has Matthew McConaughey, Kate Beckinsale, Gary Oldman, Peter Dinklage. I had no idea how I missed it. I asked Jeremy. I was like, because Jeremy's just as big a movie fan as I am, if not more, and he missed it too. But hearing Brad Williams talk about that movie just had everyone laughing, and like the video got popular because of the way he described it. So we went and we watched it, and I cannot wait for y'all to see it. It's so absurd. It's one of the most ridiculous movies I've ever seen. It's not exactly going to pull numbers, I'm sure, but for those of you that will watch it, absolutely absurd. Thank you all for the birthday wish. I think I've said about 18 times. Jen, she's at an appointment right now. I actually was doing this just until she got back. Let me see where she's at. We got that Life 360, so we can keep track of everyone. That's normal. It's a normal thing. She's on her way. Thank you guys. Yes. So somebody, you just asked, have you and/or Jen watched Ready or Not? We watched it last night for the first time. We didn't do a video for it. But with the sequel, we wanted to go to the movies and see it, and see a movie, and we saw that the sequel was out. So I was like, I never watched the original, and I remember when it came out. I remember seeing the trailer for it. So I watched it, and I did a review on my Letterboxd if you want to watch that. Been trying to do more Letterboxd reviews. Someone asked if I have a cameo earlier. I do. I've gotten two reviews. Oh yeah, I remember we did somebody asked us to like promote a product or something for Halloween like 2 years ago. Okay. As long as it's, a good product, I guess. So yeah, if you want a custom video, you can do Cameo. We've had it for years. Jen has one too. But In the role of a lifetime, Gary Oldman. Yeah, see, you know, I can't, dude. I cannot wait for you to see it. It's going to be such a niche. Like no one's. If you haven't seen those videos, you don't know. But oh my gosh, I made sure Jeremy and I watched the clip of Brad Williams talking about it before we get into the movie, so I'm going to include the clip before going in. But oh my gosh, so funny and bizarre. Oh my gosh, bizarre. My dad did lights on the first season, and I genuinely think Jen would love the show From. Devin, your dad did lights on a show? What? What are you talking about? Your dad does lights? He's a gaffer? In the role of a lifetime. Well, that's cool. That's wicked neat. Learn something new about you every day, you crazy Canadian. Have we seen Weapons? Yes. I thought we did a reaction to Weapons. Wait a minute. Did we not? Because I definitely watched it. That's probably one I wish we would have done if I... No, we didn't. Jeremy did a review on the channel. Did we not do... Oh, hang on. Let me check my Letterboxd. I'm sorry. That would have been a good reaction. my bad. Let me see if I did a review for it. I rated it. But did I review it? Oh, I guess I didn't. I'll do that. I'll leave a review for it. I rated it 4 stars. I might go up to 4.5 now. Let's do it. 4.5. There we go. Really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. It was not at all what I was expecting. My dad was a lighting director. Dang it. Devin. Well, that's wicked cool. Happy birthday. I think you said before, but how did you and Matt become friends? I love y'all's jokes and back and forth. Matt watched a video of mine. At the time I was doing like these local videos here in Pensacola that were gaining traction locally, and like making fun of like Pensacola isms that, you know, if you're local you can relate to. And Matt saw one that kind of went around, and we worked at the same place. We worked at a hospital together. He was a nurse. He's a nurse, and I was working in finance. And he saw me like in the food court or wherever, the cafeteria one day, and was like fangirling a little bit. And I told him I had another idea for a video, and I was like, I need kind of a jockey, douchey kind of looking kind of guy. And he was like, I'm your man. So he did a video with me based on that interaction. We've been kind of friends since. And he was really wanting to get into the YouTube stuff, and I was growing. I think I had 700 subscribers when he said that he first became aware of me. So this is like really early on. And we were just doing YouTube videos and learning off each other for a long time since then. And so we've just been friends since then. I know you really criticized the premise of Has Been Hotel, but wouldn't it be better to just watch the show in full length to make your own opinion? I personally think the show is really good. Yeah, that's probably fair. I was not meant to criticize the show as a whole, but rather just the premise that has become more normalized, I guess. That show, His Dark Materials, is similar, where it's structured as if what is good, angels, God, heaven, are actually the evil things, and what we think are evil, the demons, hell, Satan, are actually the good guys. And I push back on that view a lot. I just don't think that it's a good view to have. So, and I could just see Has Been Hotel, and no critique for people who like the show. I understand that it's funny and it's kind of adult humor and whatnot, but just more critiquing like the comfort in which people are calling good evil and evil good. That was, and that's probably looking deeper into it than it actually is. It's a cartoon, but that was just sort of my first my takeaway, just something I was kind of putting out there. I never meant for it to be like this is a satanic show. This is the devil's work. But just we're getting kind of on slippery slopes here, in my opinion. Totally cool if you don't see it that way. I found you and Jen on Instagram. And Jen says she was a veteran, and a friend of mine's mom was too. Yeah, she was a veteran. Will you react to the Dune trailer? Yeah, we meant to do that. What about Habbo Hotel? Wow, that takes me back, Devin. Jeez. I'm not on cocaine, guys. I don't know. I just got something in my nose. What about Habbo Hotel? Yeah, y'all remember Habbo Hotel? Is that even a thing anymore? I'd rather not go back to those memories. All right. Did you see the Moana trailer? I don't understand why. I did see the Moana trailer. I mentioned earlier that Moana is one of the few things that Hero, my son, has seen. And we don't do a whole lot of screens. We don't do screen time. No iPads in our house. But from time to time, Hero and I, he'll want to watch a show after bath time, or sometimes in the morning when we're getting ready, he can watch a little something. So he always watches Moana. So I'm actually intimately familiar with Moana 1 and 2 because of him. But we were thinking, because the Moana's coming out in July, I think the end of July, Hero will be 3 years old at that time. So we're thinking that would be a good time. It might be a good first movie for Hero to watch in theaters. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really excited about that. Booger sugar. Did you guys see The Bride in theaters? I saw that one. Wrote a Letterboxd review about it. Was not very good. And then I watched Frankenstein, the Netflix movie. Left a Letterboxd review for that one too. Loved it. I thought it was great. Wish it would have been in theaters. I would have loved to have seen that. Be honest, do I play one of the Darth Vaders in your fan film? No. I couldn't film it if I did. Will you be giving your son the Zoomer haircut? What's that? Is that broccoli thing, Devin, where it's like really short on the side? I'm basically just giving him what I do. Every time I go in there, I'm just like, just do this. Why mess with perfection, you know? Just kidding. No, I won't be doing all that. I love him too much. What's the next Marvel project we're going to react to? Matt and I are supposed to be doing a movie this Thursday. I think whatever was next in our list. What was the last one we did? We did Wakanda Forever that Devin edited for us. Ant-Man and the Wasp is next. And then Guardians, then The Marvels, which I actually haven't even seen. Then Captain America Brave New World. Then Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. Then it'll be Brand New Day. Yeah. That boy Hero on some of the classics like Lion King and Land Before Time. I tried getting him to see Toy Story, but he just wants to watch Moana. He calls her Mona. He goes, "I'll watch Mona." I said, "You watch what I tell you to watch, boy." I'm just kidding. I'm not Ruby Frankie. If you know, you know. That's is that too soon? Am I excited for the new Dragon Ball Super remaster? Not really. I don't really care about the remaster. I am excited to see their continuation, the Moro and Granola arc, though. Ant-Man Quantumania. Yeah, Ant-Man. Y'all already watched Guardians, though. Guardians 3. Matt didn't watch Guardians 3, did he? The last Guardians I have is Guardian. Oh, Matt did watch Guardians 3. Good call. We were sponsored by Factor in that video. Good eye. Well, let me know if you want us to do a refresher. And I guarantee you, if I told Matt we were doing Guardians 3, he would have said he didn't see it. So totally slipped my mind. I guess we did it because I guess Jen and I were at that point, and Matt had already seen the first two. So it was like, well, it would just be kind of a good continuation. Oh, no. Holden, pack Spider-Man poster and envelope label. Do not bend USPS. Oh, I'm going to bend that. Got to have some weights to flatten, then I'll frame it. No, I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm so sorry. Huge apologies on my end. We did a live stream doing some more fundraising. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I was wondering about this. Dang it. I knew that shouldn't trust the USPS. So we did a live stream doing some crowdfunding for some more Spider-Man. We're about $4,000 or $5,000 shy of the goal that we really need to be at. I put the posters in these envelopes. in these envelopes. I got them off Amazon. Put them in there. I'm like, it's really not as firm as I would like it to be. I don't have any inserts to put in there. So I was like, it's probably going to be fine. I'll put on there. Don't bend it. Okay. And now as I was beginning to ship out the Spider-Man in the rain shots, I'll show you. As I was beginning to ship out these are actually a hair bigger than the rest of the poster, so it didn't fit. So I was looking into, initially I was looking into buying tubes, cardboard tubes. I was like, well, I'm going to ship all these out in tubes. But tubes are wicked expensive. If you don't know, they're like crazy expensive. So I was like, oh, geez, it's a lot of money. Like it might cut into, like we might break even. So I was like, I'll try these out, ship them out. And then the rain posters don't actually fit. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get the tubes. So I did. So now I've got the tubes that will fit all of these, and they should be much safer now. So I'm actually still have to ship out all the rain ones, and they're going to be going safely. But if your USPS poster, I don't know which one you bought or which one was yours, but if you send me an email, I will, I'll send you another one. Okay. That's my bad. Apologies. It was a risk. I wasn't sure how well they would be taken. I got the things now. If you want one, I'll send you another one. Okay. No charge. Because I feel really bad. I was worried about that, and you just confirmed a fear. So I'm very, very sorry about that. Or if you want a different one, if you like one of the other posters, I still have quite a few that were still signed by all of us. If you would like a poster, people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put our store here. I'm basically trying to do anything I can to make some money just to go towards the project, because we're still a little shy on it. But if you'd like a poster, you can get one here. I'll put one on here. That way you can, and I also feel like you get something physical too, which is nice, versus like just contributing to a crowdfunding campaign. We just still get something physical. It's still a part of it. But this way, like it's a little bit more expensive, and that's partly because we need to make the money. But I just put it on the chat here. So if you like a poster, there's quite a few. I'm going to be putting some of my personal collection up there. Like I have these Amazing Spider-Man 700 comic books. I actually have 2 of them from when they first came out. They run like $150, $200 a piece, like on eBay anyways. But I'll sign it for you as well if you'd like, or I won't if you think that'll ruin the value. But I'm just trying to raise some more money. It's not that bad. It'll buff out. It was really about supporting the project. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you being so cool about it. I about shipped off about half of the orders we got that night. Basically all the ones that weren't the rain poster. And I was worried about that. I was like, dang it. My birthday was yesterday, technically. I just kind of took the day off with Jen, and we just sort of relaxed a bit. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and tap out here. It's been going on a little bit more than an hour. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Thank you to everyone who did some super chats. I appreciate that. I'll get myself something nice with that. and actually, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll go out to lunch or something. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And any other questions or anything, when the video posts, leave a comment down in the actual comment section. I'll try and go back and answer any questions you might have had. Channeling Peter Parker with the financial woes in this project. That's authenticity, baby. Oh, yeah. I actually have some footage I got to send you. I got some shots. Devin is my go-to guy. Like when I do something wrong, like Devin, it's a little overexposed. And because of that, it's really grainy. Can you fix it? And more often than not, Devin actually can. So Devin's gotten me out of more binds than I care to admit. But he's a great collaborator, and he always elevates everything we work on. So praise for Devin there. Anyway, all right, guys. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video. Catch you in the next live stream. It was great. Had a lot of fun. Talk to you all later. Okay. Take care, everyone.